As the sun sets here this evening in the SRL, it's going to be the Dragons up against the Tigers here at ANZ Stadium. It's going to be Mike Borson's up against Rogers here this evening. Both players on the field, but this evening they'll be enemies trying to get into each other's heads to see who can triumph here this evening. Eddie Oliver, as always, to the SRL community, joined by Broncos captain Anthony McDonald.
Oh, it's good to be here, Eddie. I know a couple of boys in the SRL who are very excited about the Tigers being in the mines now, and I think a couple excited to see the Dragons run out too.
Most definitely Truxie Ogg to be one of the names. The father of Cody Ogg will be performing here this evening. A couple of veterans who will be coming out on the field as well for both sides. It's Leakin Regal, Harry Cheddar for the Tigers. They've been around for a while. It's going to be an amazing contest. The Tigers will get us underway, and as they do, a beautiful good afternoon or good evening down to you on the sideline, Luke Driscoll.
Yep, looks like a good game. I've spoken to Rogers and Mike, and Rogers obviously wants the Dragons to focus on the simple things and get their sets out right, where Mike wants to be more exploratory, and hopefully the Tigers can make breaks on their edges.
Thank you very much there, Luke, down on the sideline. And it's going to be the Dragons here. We'll have first possession of the ball just 30 metres out from their own line, and Allen's going to be at the fullback spot here this evening, the number 1. I'm not sure how much control the Mentals do have over Teamless, but this is what they'll be fielding to start off the mines here. And Preston's going to get a beautiful kick away off the boot, but it's going to hit straight on the chest, Ben Cummins, and Cummins will break one. And the fullbacks will collide there just over the halfway. AMAC, a beautiful return. The backs here for the Tigers looking to be crucial in this contest early.
Oh, and not only that, but that was a really strong defensive set from the Tigers as well. So it looks like they've definitely turned themselves up for the game.
And Truxie Ogg's going to ball play it here to Johnston, who just got rid of one outside the 10-metre line now here for the Tigers. Third tackle, they go left, and they're going to go short here to Mahana Olu. And left hand to the upright on the 10-metre mark. That's where the ball will be played. It's fourth. Regal goes right. Ogg goes out the back here to Cummins. Is he going to get the first try of the mines? And it being brought back into the SRL. Regal goes left. Grubber kick from Whip, and it gets picked up by Green. A beautiful defensive set there, and amazing scramble here from the Dragons.
You could definitely see some of those mines veterans working and toiling away there to really get close to that line. It's going to be interesting to see if the Dragons can hold them out for much longer.
Inside that 20-metre mark, this is third tackle. And Groove goes right. Preston, long ball out to Johns. And Andrew Johns playing out in the centres here this evening. 35 out from their own line. Green plays it short here. I do believe his name is King, so we'll make sure we're keeping an eye on him. And Groove will send it deep into Preston, who is looking to have a beautiful boot on him, but it's going to land here with Speedman. And Speedman will get around one, but the fullback does an amazing job here for the Dragons to cover. That's Jaden Allen.
Speedman in name, Speedman in action. Good to see the young bloke out there.
Harry Cheddar electing to stay in the mines, wanting to further develop his character by the looks of it. And Truxie Ogg. Tuxie Ogg, not Truxie. My apologies there. Tuxie Ogg. And they'll go inside here. Back to Ben Cummins, who looked electric early. And he's going to continue to stamp that authority in this contest. This is fourth tackle. The Mines have an amazing start. But who's going to get the first try? The Tigers go close here. And Klaus Lowe going to be brought down just outside that 10-metre line. It's the right hand, the upright now here for the Tigers. It's fifth tackle. Let's see what these halves are like. Oh, it's going to be Tuxie Ogg putting in the kick. But they do a good job to hold out again, the Dragons. I'm not sure how much longer they can hold out for, but I'm sure there's plenty of talk from the mentors there. Driscoll, any positives coming out of their mouth so far? It's only 13 minutes in.
Yeah, there's lots of Klaus Logan's being yelled out, but obviously Cummins certainly showing himself to be SRL ready at this point of this game. Can't wait to see the rest of it.
Well, he does know the rule book. Let's see if he can actually play. But the looming pass out to Ingram. And he'll be brought down just inside here of the Tigers half. The first time that they're actually going to be holding the ball down in this sector of the field. And it's going to be Phillips now going down the sideline. Trying to turn Cummins inside out, but he'll be brought down on the 20. This is fifth now. 16 minutes gone. They're going to put it into the pocket. A beautiful kick here from Groove. It's a looming bomb in the air. And underneath it, oh, it's going to be Allen, but he'll be driven just back into the field of play. He couldn't get the ball down. And the Tigers showed that they can do the exact same thing the Dragons have been doing to them every time they've been on their own end. My apologies there, Anthony.
No, I was just going to say that was a flawless set from the Dragons there, and it's good to see that they've got some sting in their attack to match the Tigers.
They haven't had many opportunities, but there's a very good start, and Klaus Logan now be brought down just outside that 30-meter line. This is third tackle. They go left. Regal plays it short here to Harry Cheddar. We all know how good he is. I believe I remember him back at the Stingrays. Such a pleasure to commentate those games. But the early kick here. Oh, this is a beautiful kick from the number 7. It's going to bounce up in the air. And Allen, he's going to do very good work to stay in the field of play. But the kick chase, your kick is only as good as its chase. And the Tigers, they just proved that statement there.
Oh, that was a very unlucky bounce there, Eddie. That was destined to go into touch.
And the short ball, oh, beautiful tackle made there by the Tigers. Doing a good job to hold on here at the moment. They're going to go left here to Ingram, who did find some space earlier, but he's going to have a big job ahead of him. Klaus Logan and Harry Cheddar up there in the forwards, but Allen, he's just going to turn him inside out and drive his side just inside that 30-meter line here in the Tigers' half. The Dragons now a chance to put in another attacking kick here from Preston. It's going to be caught here by Speedman, and Speedman this time the Dragons, they make a crucial tackle on the kick chase, and they're looking to pin the Tigers in their own half.
Yeah, the Dragons might be full of a lot of rookies, but they're really warming up to the mine speed, so I think they're really starting to worry some of those Tiger veterans.
Ben Cummins now just outside the 35-meter line to play the ball. Tigers, they go right. Mahanu Olo will go at the back here, and then a short ball to Whip, and Whip now is going to get some beautiful space. This reminds me of some SRL Season 1 stuff. The pace of the game's being played at, but both sides are giving it their all. And a beautiful tackle there on the Tigers' half. Cooper will be brought down just on that 40-meter line. This is fifth tackle. 25 gone now here in the first half, and Whip now take it off the boot. And it's going to be Dominic Young. Oh, Dominic Young, a clean pair of fields, but it'll be brought down outside that 40-meter line. That's the Dragons' turn. Whether they got an attack, some good field position. Green will go short here, and Ingram trying to go through. It won't break. A very strong tackle there from a Tigers defender. Inside of their half, only second tackle. They're liking to look at the short side, and Dominic Young back into the open pastures. 20 out now. The numbers are clicking down. Can they find some points here, the Dragons? Outside the 10-meter line.
The Dragons are about to be in a great position for an attacking kick. As long as they don't mess up this play of the ball.
Well, Allen's proven to be a very strong competitor underneath the high ball, but Green's just going to do just as well. A beautiful take there from Jeff Green. Upper high, above Ben Cummins out the back. And he's going to open the try in the SRL minds. For a very long time, we haven't heard those words from anyone, and it's been a pleasure to say them. Luke Driscoll, down to you on the sideline.
Yeah, they're super excited down here. The Dragons fans are all of a sudden calling out for Rogers to be a messiah, so that's something. And I can't hear over you there, Eddie, because these Dragons fans are more excited with this than their NRL team.
No surprise. I don't know where all the noise is coming from. Nobody's turned up here this evening. Maybe they're on the broadcast side of the field, so there's no cameras pointing that direction so far. But beautiful conversion there from Preston. Anthony, what do you make of that play there? You said that an attacking kick was coming, and maybe that just proves you're ready for captaincy. You called the play from a mile away.
I almost thought it was almost too deep of a kick, but Green was just able to jump up over the fullback there and chalked himself down into the record books as the first Dragon to score in the SRL.
Congratulations there, Jeff Green. And it'll be the Dragons. What can they do after points? Ingram's going to wind it up off the back fence inside the 20-meter line. This is first tackle. It was a bit late there with the call. But thankfully, they're not running that quick, and now they're going to play it short here. That's going to be King to drive the ball up just outside their own half. 25 meters it is, and that's going to be Jeff Green again, your previous try scorer. Plus Logan in the tackle there outside the 30. They go left now, and it's going to be Curfy to be brought down on that 40-meter line. They're looking for the early kick this time, and it's going to be Tio, not the best of strikes, and here comes Ben Cummins. He's not able to break a tackle on this occasion, as he's done many times so far here early in the game. And they're going to go left now. Regal, who'll play it short here to Klaus Logan, who absolutely bulldozes over one. They're outside the 20-meter line. Logan now settling the play here for the Tigers. They're going to look for the short ball here to Anderson. And Anderson to be brought down. Jack Anderson it is. Outside the 10-meter line, the Tigers, Regal. He'll play it short here back to Harry Cheddar. And Harry Cheddar, it's going to take a bit of work to bring him down, but they do well. They're liking to look at the left side. That's where they go. Beautiful short ball. Anderson trying to go through, but the Dragons put him on his back. There'll be one more play here to see what the Tigers have got, and the ref calls held up. We'll take it back out here to that 10-meter line. Short ball here to Manaholu. Olu puts the kick high in the air. Tap back from Logan. Cummins, left hand the upright, puts the ball down. And why not kick it to them? They're 220 centimeters tall. And they put their fullback over for the first try in Tigers history.
We always talk about how important it is to have a good set after points. And unfortunately, that kick of the Dragons set the Tigers up for some excellent field position there.
How the tides have turned, Luke Driscoll.
Oh, Borsons is in his little box there, jumping up and down. He can't believe it that the Tigers are about to level it up. I can't wait to see the rest of this half.
Looking to be an amazing performance. The tap back there from Klaus Logan. Ben Cummins picks it up, steps around one, and scores over left hand the upright to make the conversion as easy as possible. For the Tigers, 6-all here, Anthony McDonald.
Yeah, I think the Tigers definitely hit back after that early Dragons try, so hopefully the Dragons don't get a bit shell-shocked and they can see out the rest of this half without any more points going against them.
Most definitely there. Now they'll go left. Back to Harry Cheddar to wind it up. Both the forwards on each side have got a bit of something to their stride. They're loving to run. And here's Tuxie Og to be brought down on the 30-meter line exactly. And they're going to go back here to Mahana Olu. Olu, who breaks one tackle, used to play in the forwards for the Ravens, I do believe. And they're doing an amazing job here this evening. And looking to go right, Regal, that's exactly where we'll go. They look for Ben Cummins, who'll step around one. They'll be brought down outside that 30-meter mark here. The Tigers, a very good set after points. What are they able to do with it? They go back to Klaus Logan, who's setting up the play beautifully now inside the 20. We've got a minute to go. Can the Tigers take the lead for the first time in this game so far? Beautiful bomb, but they're going to need somebody underneath it. Oh, Allen! And Logan will hold him up. Seconds to go. Half-time here on SRL TV. You'll see shortly for the second half. A beautiful Minds game it has been in that first half. 6 points all. The Tigers, they nearly scored at the buzzer of half-time. But AMAC, your thoughts on that first half?
It was a to and fro affair. Both sides had their strong defense and attack. But with our 13-man-a-side game, it's going to be interesting to see how the fatigue sets in for this second half.
Harry Cheddar to bring it back up. Luke Driscoll, I'm sure you had a bit of time during the halftime break to talk to the mentors. What were their thoughts on their individual sides' performance?
Yep, Rogers wanted the Dragons to focus more on winning the middle game, whereas Mike went back to his solemn thing of he's got to play through the centres and hopefully get offloads to the wings and hopefully they score. Really interesting to see what would happen here, but obviously both fullbacks have played out of their socks so far in this game.
Mahana Olu showing off his kicking game early. He's going to make Allen get on his bike. And a beautiful tackle here from the Tigers. So they're looking to play the field position game early here. On the 20-meter line, the Dragons now. Preston looking to run straight through the middle. But it'll be brought down just on that 30-meter line here. And Groove goes left. Green, he'll ball play it off here to Curfy. And Curfy to be brought down just on that 40-meter line. Groove goes left again, and they play long out the back here to Ingram. They do a good job to hold him down there, the Tigers. Just outside that 40-meter mark, they work it out the back here to Green. And strong tackle made here by the Tigers, just up on the halfway. 5th tackle it is now. They put it into the pocket for Tio to drive it downfield. And here comes Speedman. He's going to have plenty of pace on him. And they get the Tigers up to a very good start to their set.
It looks like the Tigers are already starting to win that arm wrestle of field position, so the Dragons really need to focus up and muscle up with their defense right now.
Well, you talk about the forward packs, and a few players in this forward pack here, Harry Cheddar and Tuxie Og and Lincoln Regal here for the Tigers. They've all have plenty of experience in the SRL, and they've played a bit of mines too, I believe, Regal and also Mahana Olu. When you look at the Dragons, they're all 60s. So you could say this is lopsided contest, but they're doing a good job, and they did score the first points here, AMAX. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can run away with it.
And it's definitely what you want to see. You want to see the young boys muscle up, even though they might think that the other side's got some more experience. They could maybe jag a try here or there and really upset them.
Most definitely there. Just over the halfway now. This is third tackle. The Dragons, they've got the ball in hand. What can they do with it? It's going to be Preston straight down the middle, trying to take up Allen's spot up there at fullback. I'm not sure. I'm sure that Jaden would have a few words to it, but now they go here to Ingram. And I just mentioned it. Those forwards aren't really having that much of a dint in this middle part of the field here of the Tigers. But Tio put in a little dab across here for the Tigers winger to return it just outside that 20-meter line. But let's see if they can work it out there, and then they're going to go here to the half in Cooper, and just outside the 30. These names are going to take me a minute. And Johnston's going to find some space down the middle. Third tackle here for the Tigers, and they're up over the halfway. They're going to work it left now. Looming ball here from Cooper. It's going to be behind Olu to be brought down. 35 out here from the Dragons line. Fourth tackle. What else have they got with the ball in hand? Regal ball plays it here to Tuxie Og. And Og's going to be brought down just inside that 30-meter box. What kicker they got? It's going to be Cooper to put the hand up, and he's going to land at pinpoint just outside the end goal. And Dominic Young now to find some space. Young off to the races, but a beautiful covering tackle from, I believe that's Tuxie Og. They're doing a brilliant job. And now Green's going to try and find his way through the middle. But there's Og again here, AMAC. He's doing a brilliant defense. He's doing amazing work here in the defensive department.
Oh, his son must have been giving him some lessons in the off-season to show him how to defend properly. I just want to spend some time and talk about Dom Young there. He lit up the first half with 2 smashing runs, and he's come out second half doing the exact same thing.
Well, they're in position and territory now. Both tries have been scored off for kicks, and there's one of the first bump-offs that I've seen for a very long time here in the mines from the Dragons. Fifth tackle now, 58 minutes gone. We've got 22 to go. Tio puts the bomb in the air. Is anything going to come from this time? Nope. Whip does an amazing job. And he does even a better job to catch the ball, but also to have the awareness to stay in the field of play. And Cooper's going to play it short here to Johnston, a hospital pass, but luckily the big man's good enough to hold on to it. Regal now. He's going to work it left here to Tuxie. Olga's going to find some space. Winding up. Goes off to Anderson. Still inside of their own half. Third tackle now here. Regal's going to work it down the short side here. Bocchia, my apologies. And they're going to hand it off here to Speedman. And this is fourth, just inside of the halfway. They'll be looking to find some more meters, and they're going to go to Ben Cummins for it. And Ben Cummins and Jaden Allen there will collide there. The 2 fullbacks here at ANZ Stadium this evening. Mahanu Olu putting in a beautiful performance with the kicking game. Dominic Young again, a strong tackle there. Had to be made. And that's going to be Lil Whip putting his hand up.
I know this risks the commentator's curse here, Eddie, but I don't think I've seen a penalty or a mistake at all throughout the entire game.
No, very conservative and just brilliant training from both coaches. Driscoll, we've got it coming up to the 15-minute mark. Any word from the coaches to the players? Well, the mentors, my apologies.
Mike in his box looking very Craig Bellamy-like. He's not impressed. Rogers is actually quite happy with Dragons' results. He's sitting there smiling, so they might be performing as he expected at this point.
And Tio now to drive the ball just on that 20-meter line. It's going to land, not having the same distance as the Tigers. And Kowan is going to find some space. And that's going to be Jaden Allen diving at thin air. Young's in chase, but it's not enough. The gap will extend too far here for the Dragons to reel down. And Cade Cowan underneath the sticks. A beautiful try here for the Tigers. You spoke about that. Mike was a bit frustrated. Well, how about what a turn of events there, Luke?
Yeah, he was very excited the moment that try went over. He's jumping up and down in his box with his co-staff, so it should be really interesting from here on in. Hopefully, the Tigers can hold on.
Mike Borson's parting. That's a sight that I'll never get out of my head or try to imagine. AMAC, a beautiful length of the field effort there from the Tigers.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be some individual brilliance to really break open the game. Both sides were really strong in defense, and sometimes you just can't stop those breakaway winger tries.
Most of them definitely. Dom Young did look promising, but a beautiful run there from the man himself, Cade Cowan, who I do want to add is the slowest winger out there on the park here this evening, alongside Cruz O'Sullivan. So Dom Young, he did have the pace, but in the end he just couldn't hold it with him.
Yeah, it might be the veterans out there muscling up in the middle, but it's the rookies who are doing all the scoring.
Oh, Harry Cheddar. Holy, just going straight through the front door off the back fence. And Regal's going to send it left, and here comes Ben Cummins trying to get around one here, but won't prove to be successful there. Outside that 40-meter line, Mahanuolo plays it short here to Regal, and Lincoln Regal to be brought down just on that 45-meter line. They go left now. It's going to be Tuxie Og. He'll put it short here to Anderson. Not sure he's wanting to have that ball-playing role, but he's going to be there for it at the moment here, Og. And then they play it back inside to Tuxie Og. And he won't be able to get rid of anyone there. Both locks are not really fending here this evening. I'm sure in future games after development does occur. But Mahanu Olu with a beautiful kick to land straight in the lap here. Dom Young, he got outran earlier, and Little Whip's going to do a beautiful job there to bring him down outside the 20-meter line.
Yeah, we're entering the last 10 minutes of the game, and you can really see some of that fatigue setting in now.
Who can go that extra mile as the 6 points too far of a margin? Oh, Green's going to get absolutely smacked here by Harry Cheddar. What a game he's having, Cheddar.
Stood over him and said, cop that.
Definitely been learning from some of the top forwards in the SRL for sure. And now they're going to go back here to Jaden Allen. Allen's going to get around one, but he'll be brought down just on that 25-meter line. He got around Cheddar there as well, so that was no easy task. They switch it out the back here for Preston to put a beautiful kick in the air, but it's going to be taken very well by Cummins. And Allen, the last line of defense, does an amazing job. Luke Driscoll.
Yeah, it's been absolutely interesting so far. Really close game. Lots to take from it though. So interesting to see what the mentors will suggest to their teams. Followed by that, Mike has certainly relaxed so far. So he thinks he's got the stuff in the bag.
Sorry to cut you off there, Luke. This is beautiful ball playing inside, and Little Whip's going to be over underneath the sticks, turning the opposition inside out. They weren't ready for it. And Mike Borsons, we know he's a half, and he's just put this halves combination of Mahanu Olu and Cooper together beautifully. They know exactly what to do and how to pick apart this Dragons defensive line.
They say centers don't do much, but the right center in the right spot can just step around the defense and off they go down the field like that, and definitely put it out of reach of the Dragons for the rest of this game.
Well, Lil Whip, in the second half, AMAC, off these kick returns, he's really stepped up defensively.
Oh, definitely. And, I mean, it's probably going to end up 18-6, which flatters the Tigers a bit. And the Dragons, well, they'll feel a little hard done by, but it's closer than it probably the scoreline indicates.
And it's a story of two halves. It's a story of two halves that we've seen so far. And Little Whippet just then took off, and he did what he's been doing. He's been counting the Dragons all game.
Oh, how dangerous was Cheddar there? Oh my, he's a player for the future. And now they're going to play it short here to Anderson, who's not able to break a tackle there in that 11 spot. Second now, 2 minutes to go. Have the Tigers or the Dragons got a consolation try in them? Harry Cheddar again. Well, this is looking like to be the team to go all the way. The Tigers, who would have thought? And now Mahanu Oluolu will go inside to Tuxiog. If they can keep this squad together, I reckon that they'll go a long way. Dragons, they're not going to be able to get the job done here tonight. Seconds to go now. Anderson, play the ball. This is your final play. The kick here from Mahanu Oluolu. There's a consolation try on the boards here. It's going to be Cruz O'Sullivan. I think that this is his first touch of the game. O'Sullivan brought down number 30. Full time here on SRL Mines TV. It's going to be the Dragons. Mike Borson's getting the job done here at ANZ Stadium over Liam Rogers, St. George Illawarra Dragons. They did an amazing job. A beautiful contest in AMAC. It just came down to the man who plays in the halves, who has to lead a game week in, week out in the SRL, coach their side to the first win.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers have a really well-balanced team with some massive punch right up the middle with their forwards and some blistering speed out wide to get over the line. So they're definitely going to be a side to look out for the rest of the Mine season. Well,
you just look at these stats really quickly. No errors from both sides, but it just came to add more ball in time possession, and 55% against the 46. In the Mines, more ball you have, and if you can execute, well, it's going to be even harder to come back with it. More tackles to the Dragons, and they are a side that are pretty much all fresh, full of rookies, no previous experience there. So they held their own, they did a good job. As we go to look at our individual stats here for the Dragons. A beautiful start here. Jaden Allen, 140 running meters, 14 tackles, 4 line breaks. Dominic Young, again, the backs, these two specifically, 136 running meters, but the forwards really just told the story here. You look at the lock, only getting 51. The hooker was up at 77. Ingram did an all right job at 82, but we'll look shortly at the Tigers. Luke, any sort of word from Liam Rogers down there after this one?
Liam's absolutely gutted. He believes that his team should have been able to win that game. And then followed by that, Mike is also very happy with his team. They stuck to the game plan, and they found the gap in the middle at the end there.
Definitely, as we go to move over at the Tigers. Thank you very much. Very quick as always. But you just look at the difference in the forwards. There's just more of a consistency. Everyone really just put their hand up. Logan, 57. Anderson, 57. But Harry Cheddar, 105 running meters, 1 line break. He did miss 3 tackles, but it just looks like his determining runs. The kicking game from Mahanu Oluolu was beautiful stuff. Reminded me of Domstrom Mandinoli and the Schoolboys State of Origin previously, 184 meters. The Tigers just had more class on the field tonight, Anthony.
Yeah, they definitely did. They're definitely going to be a team to look out for the rest of it. I think 2 of these boys won't be with the Tigers for much longer. They've had the call up to the big games.
Most definitely, so that will even out the playing field by the looks of it. But thank you all very much for joining us here on SRL Mines TV at ANZ Stadium. The Tigers come up victorious, 18 points to 6 against Liam Rogers, St. George Illawarra Dragons. Eddie Oliver, as always, to the SRL community, joined by Anthony McDonald, Broncos captain, up in the box here this evening as my analyst, and down on the sideline, Luke Driscoll, doing an amazing job as always with the realism, with the mic quality. We'll see you next time for more SRL Mines action.